AV team. Now we are proceeding to session 7, Skill Education, a Global Perspective. It goes without saying that our world is becoming increasingly globalized. Economics, social, and cultural connections between countries are becoming stronger, and the world is becoming more and more interdependent. People are now constantly moving across different boundaries, traveling to different countries for numerous reasons. As the world is becoming one big global village, and to understand the importance of skill, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome our next speaker, Mr. Aditya Gupta, to share his thoughts on the same. I request the AV team to play the introduction video for Mr. Aditya Gupta, Head of Global Data, AI, and Analytic Products.
Mr. Aditya Gupta, Head of Global Data, AI, and Analytics Product at Mercer. Mr. Aditya has over 18 years of experience in leading data and analytics teams. His key responsibilities include creating value opportunities and product through big data, AI, and analytics by managing and fostering strong relationships. Mr. Aditya Gupta's specializations include machine learning and AI, building analytics roadmaps, deriving insight from data, analytics-oriented consulting, data analytics, product design, automation, and go-to-market strategies. Overall, Mr. Aditya Gupta has a well-rounded skill set and extensive experience in the field of data and analytics.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me all? Okay. Thank you so much for that introduction. I think, and I thank Sahodaya, Mumbai Sahodaya to invite me for this amazing session. This is actually, I'll try to live up with the stage because I was mesmerized with the presentations being done by the different speaker. This is a bit of a different what the whole context being till now. I'll just change it to skills now, how we can have equality in the skills by having these early education where we can bring in AI, analytics, data. Somebody talked about a rabbit and a tortoise. I think there's a lot of digital divide which is happening because of whatever we are hearing and learning and reading from internet is not planned in a way we want to deliver it. This is one of the field of my passion, and that's where I started from. And 1 year back, I started being on the advisory committee of Beyond School, that how can we bring this early education, early understanding of AI, data analytics in times of curriculum or in schools. And this is the right forum to talk about it. So let's just demystify AI education today. How can I change? Okay. So these are 5-6 topics or contexts I'll be talking today. And feel free to ask me more details because there's a big landscape right now. I will try to cover most of it, not most of it, some part of it in 15 minutes. That's allocated time I have. I'll start with some questions you all might be having. Will AI replace teachers? That's a question which always being asked. Are our teachers ready for this new evolution which is happening? That's a question we always keep on asking ourselves. Are we ready as a school to take up AI in our schools or not? If we are ready, how are we ready? Are we equipping our teachers, students to take up these courses, be ready for the future and everything? And are we also, as a student, are we ethical in using AI? Because there are a lot of people using AI in a very different forms, shapes, and whatever they're learning and hearing from people. Are we asking these kind of questions for yourself? Anybody thinking about it? Because this is where you'll come to know about where are you on this current journey of AI? Some of us maybe just have heard of it. Maybe today you're hearing for the first time. Maybe some of are ready, but they don't know where to start from. And third, people are there, they're ready and the right opportunity is what they're waiting for. Let's talk and more about AI now. What is AI? So overall, it started way back when we started writing some algorithms, programs, or you can say macros and functions, to start and automating some of our work. Or saying that, can it be a help? What AI transformed into machine learning, where we started making programs or machines learn from the past experience or trends they have. What had happened is, it started projecting, like forecasting time series models. Some examples for it is weather forecasting, we do that. Time series model in share market, we do that. So that's where it's got evolved to the next level of forecasting what is happening, past trend, taking it. The next level of AI is where we started talking about deep learning. This is kind of a regression, neural networks being used for such kind of purposes. Best example is autonomous car for this, facial recognition. That's where deep learning started getting into form, giving some really great output. But till here, we were dependent on whom? Engineers. We were dependent on people who are reading, learning, doing this AI work day in, day out. Then comes the evolution, because the biggest problem statement was we were not able to cater masses. We were not able to make AI in the hands of everyone. That's where Gen AI come in. Are we aware of Gen AI? Anybody heard of it? Generative AI? Can anybody tell me what's the full form of ChatGPT? Perfect. What's the full form of GPT? That's okay. I mean, we never pay attention towards it. If we Google it, we'll get it. So if you have Googled it, why don't you tell me? What's the full form of GPT? Yes, so it's transformer, not transformed yet. But if you have seen Sam Altman, the whole story of he moving out, being fired, coming back again, is talking about what he's trying to build now in future. He's trying to build AGI, which is called artificial generative intelligence, which is really making the world fear that is AI gonna take over everyone, the human? Like, are we really on that age, which is called a ChatGPT 5? That's why that whole drama started of him being fired because unethical and all those things. So there's some stop. That's why I always say that AI literacy is the biggest point which everybody should know. What it can do, what it cannot do, how it can help. The only point which I make from Gen AI is it's your assistant. And the point which I made, will AI replace teachers or take over schools? If we'll use AI in a way it can assist us, then it never. If we are also, it's not a competition, but it's a support which AI can give you in the current system. That's how we take it. But if you'll say, I'll ignore AI, then it will surely take over, slowly, gradually, because you have to be up in the market. That's why that's changing the world. And that's a digital divide we are creating if you're not utilizing AI in a courses. Why it is important, if you see on the right-hand side, it tells you all. But a top line or line which says it does everything for you. It is your buddy, it is your assistant. It is the way you take it and shape it. And somebody also shared that if you're gonna run, so these are use cases we can run through ChatGPT or AI generation. So it can do text summarization, it can create a video, it can create an audio, it can do anything and everything, sentiment analysis, all type of views which used to take a lot of time. Like we had an app which says in shorts, summarizing news, that can do it. Earlier it was called topic modeling. It is now a fancy name which is Gen AI because it can do a really good output which you can get from this. That's how the capability is Gen AI. It's transforming, going ahead, forming and moving. There are risks to it, as I mentioned here, the risk attached to ethical risk, which is very, very important. How and why are we using, what's a medium are we using? Because I can see students using this. I can see teachers, principals, schools, everybody using it. But there's no form and shape how to use it. They're using it at their own luxury. Because there's nobody telling that what's ethical, what's non-ethical, how to use it, why to use it, where to use it. If we plan that in a very good process, because in my current company, when I'm spending time, I'm also leading an innovation center for my company in which we experiments on AI. And for that, I'm an influencer where I talk about AI, what AI capability can do. We won't believe, at least in a day, I spend 2-3 hours talking about it because there's AI literacy gap everywhere. It's not just schools, everywhere. They don't know what's happening. There's somebody have to take a step and saying that, can we talk about AI? Can we talk about what it can happen? Sorry, what could happen in future? That way, we can have some programming being done back end and make it available for everyone and use it. You can look at the number of startups which have just started after the LLM model. So I hope you all know LLM model. It's large language models. It's the model which is used by ChatGPT. OpenAI, you created that, and everybody's using it at a backend. So this is actually the problem statement which they solved is, for deep learning, we need data. We need a lot of data to process to get the right results. Large language models solved that. It is already trained. GPT 3.5 is trained on data till 21st October 2021. After that, GPT 4 came in, which is trained on the latest model. The capability has increased from just to give summarization to audio to text, facial, everything you can do it. But the point is that we need to have some limitations. We have to put some ethics when it is used in school. How to use it. Very basic. One thing is that grading systems, assessment systems. We can train the models to have our assessment or grading as we want. It cannot be biased towards one thing. And I'll show you something in future slides also. So what are we really talking about? We're not saying we'll eliminate AI, eliminate humans through AI. We'll say we'll empower them with skills, with additional skills, and also making them learn more faster. And what I'm actually saying, you can see the three images very clearly tells the whole picture of it. What is the capability and how we can use it. The left-hand side says hands working. So these are the hands which are working. We need to automate and assist them through AI. Second, it says heads working. We need to be creative to start making our heads or train the brain in a way that it starts looking forward, looking in a different way to a problem statement. Be creative. That's why the third thing is where you have to spend the maximum time, which is your emotional quotient, which you bring with your students, with the parents you interact with the courses you deliver. That's what AI is trying to evolve and help you with. How it fits into education, it says 4 important pillars, and it's very clearly written that you can start AI with learning with AI. Let's start learning. And this is, if you see, there are 4 personas I have created. In a school or in an education environment, we have 4 personas is what my understanding is. One is school, like educators, which is school and teachers. Then we have parents and students. That covers most of the things, because principals also sit in the part of schools. So start learning AI at those 4 personas. The way they will learn is going to change it, because it's like learning for AI. Can we understand what AI can do? Like we started today. Like this is one of the start where you can say that what AI can do is learning with AI, for AI. Learning about AI is that how it is impacting. So it's like a step-by-step process, because you need to understand where it is impacting, how it is impacting, and then finally get into the courses which will be more impactful for your school, students, and everyone. I'll take a pause. Any questions till now? Any doubts, anything? Because I'm trying to build a whole story here, saying that how to start a journey, what you need to do, and finally I'll tell you that what could be the area of focus for the future. Let's look at one persona today. And there are 4 personas, as I said. In the interest of time, I'll just pick one persona, a very important persona, teacher. Let's say, what is the role of a teacher? Inspire, educate, motivate, be a role model, and encourage. Very simple 5 expectations principals might have shared with the teachers. Teachers know that this is our moral responsibility. You can see our duties. There are 8 top duties which I've figured out as a teacher have to deliver for a student. Think about it. And these have multiple branches. So teaching student is not just one word. It has many ways. How to teach, how quickly you teach, adaptive learning. How can I make my students learn faster? There's a big class of students. I won't be able to deliver everyone at the same pace. Am I giving one-on-one time to them? These things make us feel that our teachers having enough time to do the real work which they're required for, which is the previous slide, which I was talking about. How we can do that? Very simple graph I've created, or view I have created, is left-hand side is where teachers are there and schools are there, where they have 100% owners of everything. Right-hand side is where AI is there. Can we create a balance? Can we create a balance in a way that schools and teachers, who are the value creators, if you see this circle, this is a value creators. The left-hand side says value creators, which are schools and teachers. but you realize that value through students and parents. How you do that? Let's start with one example, which is AI as an assistant offered by school, given to teachers, use it for your role. What teachers can do out of it? You can create a content. You can create quick content generation through that. You can put in some words saying that how I can help my students, which is not understanding this problem statement. Let's see what AI tells you. How you realize it, you will see a change in the behavior or learning of the student. You can just see end-to-end changes happening. That's how AI works for you. And ultimately, parents are able to monitor and see that the changes in the student. That's how the whole journey works. Very importantly, introducing AI courses. Can we start now? But the choice you have to make, what choices? This will enable a teacher to go next level. So for example, there's a teacher who's an English teacher can also pick up and suggest some AI courses related to content generation, marketing. You know, AI, that person wants to become something related to English. Then content generation could happen. How you realize it? Skills, which is critical for thinking, problem statements, and all those things. So that's what I've created this simple view saying that how a knowledge or a value creator can add value and see that value generated through students and parents. Ultimately, what will be our focus? So these are your takeaways for the focus areas, what we can do immediately. AI literacy, #1 problem statement. I've seen, interacted with a lot of people, there's a digital divide. People are fearful about AI, what it'll take. There's a myth, there's a lot of myth in that. There's a lot of content in that. There's a feeling that what capability it could do in future. Next is where you come new teaching methods. Can we just evolve and bring in more adaptive learning? I've seen, we're just about to launch a product in AI which will just transform trainings in my company. So you don't need a physical person in the classroom to train. You'll have an interactive training module launched. You'll be able to talk, respond, a conversational chat will happen. It will automatically adjust per your learning skills. So if you are learning more audio, the videos will churn into audio. Or video, or written, whatever you choose. You can keep on choosing. That's why it's adapting, it's changing your behaviors. That's where the teaching methods could change. Bringing more thoughtful, I said thoughtful very importantly, you have to be having a thought behind what courses are important for my students and which type of students, what type of students. Categorization of those things happen. That's why it goes back to saying that who are the right partners for this? Is there a partner who is really thinking next level and helping my students for that? That's the way it is. Data-driven, very important. Can I make my teacher's life easier by removing those mundane tasks through AI? Can we have resource allocation done better? Time management being done so that they can really put value to the work they're doing, which is like the one-to-one connection, the value they carry. The last slide, and I hope I was able to cover in my time. And now that you know a high level of it, the immediate step would be to start partnering with the experts in the industry. Get yourself, learn, teachers understand the importance of it, and implement it. Don't wait for tomorrow. I think we can start today. And I'm happy to take any questions. After this, I'm here around and happy to start your journey with this one. Thank you so much. Sure. So if you ask me, I think there's no right age. We can start early because we start with very basics. We say that, play with the robotics, like, you do big or something, and you enhance. Because you start early because they're very early learning. But I would say class 1 and 2 is where we basically start. See the interest. Because as I said, it adapts. And you see that it's interested in something else because there are various forms of AI. Robotics is one form, programming is another form, and then output is a different form. So that's how it is. Programming, of course. When you increase your 5th class, you can start programming. Because the brain will start getting trained into that logics. And the person will be able to use AI in a better way in future. Even coding can vary. So you can start with small packages of code. You can drag and drop. No code is the formula which is happening future. You drag and drop, you put, and you see some output. That fascinates a student. That builds an interest to the next level of programming. Then the person will say, you know what, this is looking very beautiful. Can I program it myself? Like games, you can ask them. So that's what the area of interest grows. So 3, 5 classes, and then we go progress in that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Here.
Sure, yeah.
Yes. Some of my queries are, like, does it need any separate labs arrangement for AI to start with? And another thing, can a IT educated teacher teach this subject, or does it need any supplementary like training to well equip it?
So it's a combination that industry, so I'm very practical and experimental. So I am into a go-to market, like I want to launch something. For learning that, it's a combination of education and a person who's in the industry. So somebody who's learning, like I'm learning and evolving, innovations is the part of it. So that's the right person to do it, along with STEM courses are there, which starts with very basic starting. It's a full journey. As I said, it's not one day. It will take 5-6 years. Because develop interest, go next level, see where it is going. Because there are forms and shapes of AI, which will come in future. So that's how
Thank
it
you.
is. Sure. Yeah, please.
As we are getting ready-made content on ChatGPT, will it not, in due course of time, in generations to come, when we are more dependent on ChatGPT for generating content, won't we lose our efficiency to articulate good language the way in the past? I mean, we are not generating knowledge, whereas now we are all dependent on existing things. So will the children in the future will not be able to generate language at all, articulate good language skills? Because
Totally.
they'll be completely dependent. What is your say on it? Thank you for your session.
No problem, but yeah, I can answer this quickly, and this is that totally a right risk, a good risk, by the way. It is making us feel that we are afraid of something in future, but the way we are taking it is that we are not depending. There are a lot of softwares who will identify this ChatGPT. That's where teachers need to be trained that, is it ChatGPT output? And tell a student, you will be dependent on this for the whole life. You're not building a skill. That's why you bring a skill and enhance that skill through AI. So don't go the basic, if they'll just say that, write an essay on whatever my teacher has said, you're gone. That's why the teacher needs to tell them the right way. Now they're cheating. They're doing everything without telling the teacher. So teacher has to be equipped saying that I can verify, test, but tell you come back saying, use ChatGPT, say, but come up with a new way of doing things. That's the only way I can say. Thank you so much. But I'm happy to connect with you later, whatever.
Hello, Aditya.
sure.
Last, I just want to ask, this is Dr. Nakul Vijay. You just said the AI will replace you, or a person who knows AI will replace us. What will be the future of AI?
Second one.
Person who
If you're
knows
not
AI.
equipped with AI,
So this is the mandatory thing for all the citizens of the India or all the citizens of the world to know AI if we want to survive in our traditional education system.
depends
Will
upon
it be the
what
future?
level is used in your own work. So you don't want to be expert, but you have to be aware of what's happening and equip yourself and skill upskill so that you're ready for that. So it's not a surprise that tomorrow something is happening which you don't aware of it. That's why. Yeah.
I also want to say something, not a question exactly.
Sure.
Somebody asked that whether our creativity will be suppressed or we will not be able to use our own brain because everything ready-made is available. I feel the skill set will change.
Skills.
Now our skill is to create. Next is how to get it created. Because the skills will change. Of course, you have to see from that perspective and never believe on GPT. It never gives everything correct. You have to check it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for shedding light on such an important topic. I know we have lots of questions, but as we all know that we're constrained with time, so time is a limitation factor here. We appreciate your presence and knowledge, sir. Thank you once again. Now I request Mrs. Ranjana Jangra, Vice President, Mumbai Sahodaya, Principal BK Birla Public School, to kindly felicitate Mr. Aditya Gupta, the Head of Global Data AI and Analytics Products. Let us hear a huge round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Well, we now come back again to session 7. We were left with one last speaker. We had to accommodate this changes because Mr. Tandon had to take a flight. So let me introduce to our next speaker. That's Mr. Anirudh Das Gupta, career in media and creative arts. I request the AV team to play the introduction of Mr. Anirudh Das Gupta.
Mr. Anirudh Das Gupta, Head of Strategic Alliances at Prime Focus Academy. Mr. Das Gupta is a seasoned professional with 22 years of experience in talent acquisition, training and development, project management, business intelligence process implementation, and compliance. His responsibilities in current position include creating new business opportunities, implementing processes for efficient system functioning. His expertise in identifying training needs across levels by mapping skills required for different roles and analyzing existing levels of competencies. He also coordinates with training organization for current manpower hiring. Mr. Anirudh Das Gupta is an experienced professional contributing to the success and growth of organizations through strategic planning, talent management, and compliance implementation.
Good afternoon, everybody. I feel very humbled to be in the presence of such an audience over here, such esteemed academicians. And before coming over to the stage, I was like in a very deep thought that, after attending the sessions of such beautiful speakers over the past 2 days, I was thinking that what would be something which I could add to all these things that have already been presented over here. But then I thought that, whatever industry, the industry that I represent and the work that we do, is something which everybody is probably aware of on a day-to-day basis. But however, it has not been taken seriously as a career opportunity by many of us as parents or probably as professionals when we were thinking about our careers. So I represent the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council, and we work with the NSDC and NCVET. And I basically come from a complete media entertainment industry experience of the last 26 years. I've been fortunate enough to be part of major VFX and animation companies over the world. But right now, I have dedicated my professional life towards a skill education in the media entertainment sector. So, and one more thing which I wanted to tell you before I take you through the presentation that I have, is that we are already working with CBSE, and we feel very proud to have started working with CBSE in the senior classes in the media entertainment education industry. So I just thought that I would give you an overview of what media entertainment industry is, why as a parent or as a teacher you should also consider it as a valid career opportunity for your students, your children, and why you should also at least encourage them to at least consider this as a career option or a future prospect while they are in their education. So going forward, I won't take much of your time because I know time is of essence over here. So I'll probably skip some of the, some of the pages. What I'll majorly talk about is the job opportunities which the students have in our industry, as well as Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. What are the initiatives that we have taken for promoting this in the school level education? So if you see, we believe that creativity now is an important in education as literacy, and we would treat it with the same status. So we have seen multiple children while even in their junior education years, they have excelled in the media entertainment industry. And when I say media entertainment industry, a lot of us only think of it as, probably films and TV and, animation and VFX and games. However, we encompass performance arts, we encompass comics, we encompass, painting, drawing, we encompass makeup, hair, a lot of other things which I'll take you through. So these are some of the young achievers who have made their mark in the media entertainment industry in the recent past. If you see, the 10-year-old Indian Arshdeep Singh wins 2018 Wildlife Photographer of the Year award. If you see Angad Daryani, who made India's first 3D printer at the age of 13, and Sucheta Satish wins Global Child Prodigy Award for singing in most languages in a concert in 2020, and so on and so forth. We have multiple such children who are talented enough in the various fields of media entertainment industry. So we would like to take you through the media entertainment industry and the career opportunities over here. Before that, you should just go through this small representation of the industry and its growth, so that it also becomes evident to everybody that to see the financial viability of this industry as well. As a lot of speakers also said, being a parent, a lot of us, while growing up, our parents said, कि तुम कौन सा काम करोगे यार, उसमें क्या पैसे मिलेंगे? To be very honest, when I started in this industry, my father, whenever somebody used to ask him, आपका बेटा क्या करता है? So my father was a banker, to be very honest. So whenever somebody used to ask my father, आपका बेटा क्या करता है? तो my father, I remember exactly what he used to say. He said, वो कुछ कार्टून वार्टून बनाता है, पता नहीं क्या करता है, कमाता भी है कि नहीं, पता नहीं. So this is what was the thinking of my dad, and I don't want the same thing to happen to my child. So if somebody is even a little bit skeptical about considering this industry for their children or their students, they should see the graph. So this is the growth of the media entertainment industry over the past decade or so. And just to let you know, the media entertainment industry itself is bigger than the steel industry. It's bigger than the music and the sports industry in the USA combined. So you can understand how big this is. And also the fact that India needs 49 lakh trained and skilled professionals in the media entertainment industry itself in just 2024. So that's the amount of skill gap we have in our industry. And we are hoping to start this whole journey with CBSE and other education organizations and start training our future generations in this industry from their forming ages. So what led to this phenomenal growth in India? So our broadband and public Wi-Fi rollouts, the 4G, the 5G rollout, then we are the second largest television market in the whole world. We have more than 1 lakh newspapers and magazines being published. We are the largest producers of films in the world. Much more than Hollywood, much more than China, much more than anybody else. We are the preferred destination for outsourcing of work, be it animation, be it films, be it VFX, be it animation. India works for 70% of the entertainment industry outsourced work in the whole world. And majority of that chunk happens in 5 cities of India, 4 or 5 cities. That's Bombay, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai. Then we have the new OTT revolution that has come in India. The way the OTT industry has grown in India is phenomenal if you compare it to the global market. So all these things combined together have led to the massive growth of this industry in India, and hence the need for manpower has also increased. So we cover some of the sectors that we cover are films, advertising, television, digital, sound and music, art and culture, radio, live performance, events, print, theme parks, amusement parks, gaming and animation. So what are we doing to identify the creative acumen in people who can actually get into this industry? I'll be very honest in telling you that over the last 2 decades, India has trained more than 2 or 2.5 crore students across the entirety of the country through schools and colleges and universities and private institutions and all. However, if I compare it to the number of manpower that is required by the industry as of now, of 49 lakh rupees, logically people would say you already have those many people trained in the country. However, the problem is those people that we have over here, those are all students or artists, as we call them, with certificates and CVs which have a list of softwares mentioned in them, and not with the actual skills that we need. So what we are doing is, and a part of it is also because while these people were admitted into some form of a training organization, the people over there did not do a check if the student who's taking admission has the acumen to be in this particular skill industry. So we wanted to rectify that at the base level, and what we did is we worked with major academicians, industry people, and we came up with something called as a MeCAT. And this is the Media Entertainment Creative Aptitude Test that we have. And we have already rolled it out last month. We did a trial run with 2.5 lakh students simultaneously taking the test across India. And the whole idea of MeCAT is for any student, irrespective of which age group they are, irrespective of what educational qualifications they have, irrespective of what stream they are currently studying or probably planning to study, anybody can basically take this test. This consists of 20% of psychometric component, 30% aptitude, 50% creative component. This is an online, free to take test, which we are also planning to work with CBSE, so that we are also planning to achieve a Guinness World Record for maximum number of students taking a test simultaneously across India. So most probably by next year, January, we'll start taking this. So what does this test help you with? Being the teachers and principals of your of your schools, if your students take this test, you can actually find out if your student has the acumen for a creative career, and you can guide them further in their studies when they go to the mid-level schools or higher level classes, or probably when they are actually going to take on their career choice, make their career choices in 11th, 12th, or probably graduation. So this is something which we have developed. Apart from this, these are certain career opportunities, I'm saying some career opportunities that are available for students in our industry. However, I'll just skip through these digital career opportunities in electronics and digital media, journalism, radio. And let me tell you, whenever we say, again, I'm repeating myself, whenever we say media entertainment, does not always mean, to make a career in gaming or VFX or animation. There are a lot of other career opportunities that a student can pursue. So I'll just take it forward. I just have 2.5 minutes, so I'll not take long. Okay, now a little bit about Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. We are a not-for-profit organization registered in 2012 under the Societies Registration Act. It is promoted by FICCI, and we work and operate under NSDC. So we have 850 plus training partners across India, 2,000 plus trainers, 350 plus affiliated universities and colleges, and more than 100 job roles. That means 100 different job roles and the course curriculum related to that is available with us. So these are the founding members and the pillars of support for our Sector Skill Council. The first chairman was Mr. Kamal Hassan from 2013 to 2018, followed by Mr. Subhash Ghai and now Mr. Ramesh Sippi, and the other very well-known faces who are there on our governing council as of now. We have taken various initiatives to promote the skill development ecosystem in the media entertainment sector across various levels. So Vidyadan was something which was initiated by Subhash Ghai sir, and he wanted teachers and professionals to take out time from their busy life and give some education free of cost to people who deserve it. And hence Vidyadan was born, and we have a separate portal for this wherein we conduct free and paid seminars and classes for anybody who wants to attend. And till date, we have conducted more than 300 plus webinars on various subjects, on life skills, on life experiences from famous personalities, as well as career guidance, lessons, and so on and so forth. Then we have something called as Media Talkback. It is an industry magazine with the news and a lot of other interesting content with industry expertise, opportunities, possibilities, real life stories. It started as a paperback magazine, but then the scale in which this was received and people wanted to have access to this was beyond our capacity to get it printed and then distributed. So we took it online. So now it goes to 2 lakh plus people across the globe who have access to this. Then we, as a Sector Skill Council, we do participate in the India Skills and the World Skill competitions held every alternate year. This, I'm so sorry, the time's up, so I'll just finish it. So World Skills is the Olympics of skill development. And this year, we are participating with 5 skills. And as of now, 10,000 students across India have already registered. And we are open for registration till 15th. And the winners for India Skill go on to participate in the World Skills, which is happening in Lyon in France this year, right? So last 5 World Skills, we are very happy to say all Indian participants in the media entertainment sectors, we have got medals or accolades for the country. So we would definitely wish that we could have a conversation individually with the schools. CBSE has been very kind enough to already engage with us, and we are in constant engagement with CBSE for teacher training, faculty training programs, and starting small, different kind of smaller training programs across schools in CBSE schools across the country. So these are our contact information. We are headquartered in Delhi, but we are starting our new office in Bombay very soon by 15th of this month. So we can be reached through our website and email IDs over here. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure speaking to all of you. Thank you.
Check. In fact, it was a pleasure listening to you, sir. So I think it's again a rare opportunity for all of us to listen about media and especially talking about the careers in media, sir. Thank you for gracing the occasion. So I once again extend my gratitude to Anirudh, sir, for talking about the skill enhancement in students and talking about the global opportunities in various fields of media. Well, now I request Mr. Alok Sharma, Executive Member, Mumbai, Sahodaya, to kindly felicitate